keep it to myself. God been too good to me. This is no secret. I cannot keep it to myself. God been too good to me.
Welcome back to the From Sister to Sister channel. Hey. You have discovered the place where we're all about connecting the voice of our sisters via worship, healthy conversation, and lifestyle tips. I've been dwelling in the healthy conversation sector with the series I released, Comfortable in My Skin. We started off with body, then we traveled to overcoming dark skin insecurities. And lastly, today we are ending on hair. Yes, I saved the best for last. So as you guys are gonna continue to get to know me, we're gonna do life together on this channel. You're gonna hear time and time again that I refer to myself as the chocolate Lizzie McGuire, because embarrassing things, random things are always happening to your girl. I was trying to adjust my straps, get right for the camera, and I broke my right strap. But you know what? You do what you want when you're popping. So we're just gonna, this dress now became an off the shoulder. Hello, somebody, okay? But speaking of hair, I literally have a hair appointment tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get my blowout. Well, first I'm gonna get my deep shampoo. I'm gonna do it myself, deep condition, but my stylist, I'm gonna bring her, I lied. I'm gonna go to her salon and she's gonna just blow me out, get my quarterly trim, and I'm gonna live my best life as far as continuing on the healthy hair journey that I am on. For those who've been following my latest videos, you know that I have been rocking a wash and go. That's what this style is, for the past 7 days. Yes, your girl stretched it out for 7 days. In my video, I was like, make sure you re-wet it or redo it again if you need to. I just enjoyed the way my hair was shrinking and falling into place. I didn't want to disturb these curls. That's the cool thing about 4C hair. That's the texture that I have. It does very magical things. 1 minute your hair can be super long and super fluffy, but with water you kind of get a break and your hair can actually shrink 80% its length. I mean, sometimes with your hair you just want to be like, get off me. And that's what I'm learning to love about my 4C hair, the versatility. But I didn't always feel this way. In this video, I'm gonna share my real insecurities and journey with learning to love my natural hair. Yes. I kind of wrestled with whether I wanted this to be a why did I go natural video mixed with a insecurities video, whether I was natural, relaxed, or texturized. But I think for the purpose of today, we'll try to keep it short and sweet, and focus on more so the insecurities, and because why I went natural, that can serve as a whole other video in and of itself. So okay, with the other videos I've been starting with childhood, because how many of you guys know all of our insecurities you can usually trace to a childhood experience that just was never dealt with or closely evaluated. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story in regards to the beginning of the negative connection I had to my natural hair. I must have been 5. I was raised by Ethiopian women while my parents were at work. Various women would live with us from time to time. and that's why I claim that nationality. So I'm Nigerian, Kenyan, and low-key Ethiopian. Okay, but my auntie Kasich, she would do my hair, you know, when it needed to be done. And do you guys remember that one Arthur episode where Muffy was taking Francine under her wing on how to get her hair on fleek? And if you pay close attention to Muffy's hair in the video, it was very long, it was flowy. She had taken her hair out of the usual pigtails that she wears, and her goal was to get Francine's hair to look the same way. And Francine, you can see her while she's sitting in the salon's chair, she's daydreaming about how her hair is going to be long and luscious, and you see the salon lady putting her hair into rollers. And the next thing you know, when her roller set is complete, the rollers come down and Francine doesn't look quite like her vision. Her hair is more poofy, it is more coily, and it looks nothing like Muffy's hair. Guys, not only did that moment shape my mindset as a kindergartner, but I went back and relived that experience. It was picture day, and I told my auntie Kasich, I want my hair to look like Muffy's, okay? Do a roller set on my hair, and I want it to come out like this character in Arthur. Do you guys want to take a guess on how my hair came out? Not like Muffy's. Guys, the 90s was that era of those herbal essence commercials, women with type 2 hair. There's a spectrum from 1 all the way to 4. My hair is in the 4 category. But these commercials with women with type 2 hair, 1 hair, washing their hair anyhow with shampoo and conditioner, and achieving such what looked like to a young child's eye luxurious results that any woman, regardless of your race, would want. The issue is we all have different textures, and as a child sometimes it can be hard to embrace the texture that God has blessed you with, has given you. So that was one experience. I reference in my videos this concept that kids are very narrow-minded. They don't really understand micro concepts. For example, I had another experience where my auntie Kasich, it was one of the many late nights I know my African American sisters can relate, where you were just up late, could be on a school night, on a weekend, getting your hair pressed and curled. So out of the blue, sometimes we would just get our hair pressed and curled for maybe other styles with like ribbons. And I remember one day, I must have been in 1st grade, 2nd grade, that era, right? And it was the old school press and curl, I mean the real one that sat on the fire. But let me tell you, by the time my auntie Kasich finished doing my hair, it was all the way down my back. I remember telling her that, oh my gosh, I feel like Tia and Tamara. You see how I keep referencing cartoon characters, popular figures, public figures, Tia and Tamara. Love them. They're killing it on the journey that God has them on. But children, they see things on TV and they want to emulate it, and we forget or don't realize that we could very well have something just as great. It's just different. My hair was just as long and healthy as your typical growing girl, but because I was born with shrinkage, as a child I would forget. I would be brand new. So if my hair wasn't flat ironed, my child brain could not believe that I had healthy hair because of what I was seeing in the media. Does that make sense? This whole tea and turmeric concept, that actually drives the reason why I end up getting a relaxer in 3rd grade. And that's where everything went downhill, with the health of my hair, with just painful experiences, because relaxer, scalp burns, those are real. But I'll get into that in my Why Did I Go Natural video. But that was one issue. The media played a heavy role in me not feeling confident in my hair. The second thing, which I think trumps all, there was a lack of knowledge on how to properly care for African American hair, especially tightly coiled African American hair in the 90s through the early 2000s, I would say. I don't know if you guys remember those nights when school was the next day and your mom had to make sure that you were presentable for school. For me, my mom, bless her heart, I love her so much for how patient she was with her girls, but every Sunday night she would put it in the threaded twists. So my hair was going this way, this way, this way, and this way. And that's another issue. I didn't like a lot of the styles that was put in my hair. I went to a predominantly white school, and I wanted to put my hair in a bun. I wanted to put my hair in a French braid, come on somebody. That's just that real reality that you just, as a kid, you don't know how to articulate, but it's there, those feelings. But going back to the lack of care, I remember whether it was my mom doing my hair or my auntie Kasage, when my hair is in this state, it's so fragile. And I just remember putting grease on my hair as if grease would be my saving grace, like as if grease would soften up my hair. Now we know that's not the case at all. Our textures need some kind of leave and some kind of conditioning agent to stretch and relax the hair and loosen it up before combing. We didn't follow those tools as much back then. So let's see if I can do a quick summary of all the negative experiences we have going on here. We have trying to emulate what you see on the media not coming to fruition. We have these traditional, gotta love them, can't live with them, but gotta love them hairstyles that we're putting our baby's hair in that don't look like our fellow classmates. Come on. And then when we sit down to do our hair, I can't speak for all women, but for me it was so painful to detangle my texture. And it's hours of just being uncomfortable, whether it's combing, whether it's a hot comb or some kind of heat appliance, touching your ear or your scalp. Come on, this is what builds for a negative correlation with one's head that should not be that way. Last element to where a lot of my insecurities came from with my hair is actually something that started off very innocent, very traditional to my culture, but it crippled Cam, and that's wearing extensions. Believe it or not, your girl has been rocking extensions ever since I was 2. I'll be nice, maybe 3, but I'm pretty sure it was 2. Like I said, I come from African heritage, and braids are a big deal. It is tradition for how we care for our hair and keep it protected. And as far as the lifestyle, as a mother, that was the best way to keep me and my little sister's hair. So think about it. From 2 years old, I have been trained, conditioned, and comfortable wearing extra hair on my head that is not my own. I would wear braids more times out of the year than I wore my natural hair, and it only increased as I got older and older and older. A lot of people say that it's just hair. It's not just hair. These are experiences that we're ingrained into from childhood, and they become a part of our identity. I want to help someone. Maybe you're a young gentleman dating, married to someone outside your race. The last thing you can do say to a black woman is, it's just hair. Let me tell you something. Me and my sister, if our hair was not done, whether it was braids or some Indian hair track in our head, we were not going to school, okay? We were not going to school. My parents knew what it was. Everyone was on board. We had to handle it. We had to fix ourselves. We had to be presentable. I would either stay home and have to focus on the appointment, or we would sometimes drive up to Maryland. We grew up in Virginia, so sometimes we would drive up to Maryland on a weekday because that was the best day to get our stylist, and we knew better than to prolong that to weeks later, because when your hair needs to get done, it needs to get done. And God forbid you wear your actual hair to school. That was just deemed as not presentable. And it wasn't really something that was forced on me by my parents. It was just what we did. And before we knew it, that was just the norm. Once I discovered human hair, it was a wrap. My mother hooked me all the way up. In 8th grade, when I was 13, I was rocking that Beverly Johnson Spanish wave hair. That's still my favorite style to this day, braid style. It's very light, and you braid it halfway, and then you're left with these water wave curls. But yeah, I got what I wanted with those styles. I could put my hair up in a bun for my basketball game, or just because, and then I could wet it and get these ringlet curls that I didn't have. And again, as the human hair spectrum, so imagine if you start off with human hair as a middle schooler. I just progressed. I had my first weave as a junior in high school that looked so believable, right? Because I would just flat iron my natural hair on the perimeter, and then I would have some Janet Collection yaki hair that looked like my texture, but now this was hair that was a bit longer. This was that Tia and Tamara flat iron look, as if I had flat ironed my hair, but it wasn't my hair. So it just made it so much easier to get more comfortable in everyone else's hair but my own. For prom, I rocked a $400 lace wig because I could, because that was me. That was my identity. I have to be very careful because I still love virgin hair. That me and virgin Brazilian hair, we will still be together forever. Sorry, not forever, forever. It was just the mindset though, that if you snatch off those extensions, you know, I did not feel like me. Even when my hair was rather long, I always because my hair was always in a protective style, I've always had rather lengthy hair, at least shoulder length. It didn't matter the thickness, it didn't matter the length. I felt naked without my extensions, without my fix. So I don't want this video to be long, but what happened was a very pivotal moment in my life. I was 22. I had just graduated from college and I was going into grad school. Something told me, Cam, if you do not go to this school, if you do not start school, I don't even care if it's for the first day of school, if you do not start your entrance into grad school without rocking your natural hair, you will never be comfortable rocking your natural hair in public. Guys, I did it. I'm gonna show you a picture of my first day of grad school. That was cute, right? In my why did I go natural video, I'm gonna go into why my hair was so many different textures and why it wasn't so healthy there. But anyway, life-changing moment. If I hadn't have done that, there would be no Camille today sitting here talking to you guys in a wash and go style, not even a cute braid out that shows my length or a flat iron look, but a whole wash and go. Cam can sit here today with this style confidently, feeling beautiful. Do you know what it means that I feel free to allow myself to get in the shower, let the water run through my hair on earth as it is in heaven, and let my hair do what God created it to do? I am free. I am free. I am comfortable in my skin. Finally.